All New Zealand companies on a mission to change the way we grow and buy food and vegetables one city at a time. Ooooby, or Ooooby, which stands for Out of Our Own Backyard, started in New Zealand 5 years ago and works by collecting local growers' produce and on selling it to your front door. Such is the success they've just launched in California. Ooooby owner and director Pete Russell joins me now. Pete, good morning and congratulations.
Good morning, Paul. Thank you.
I mentioned to you before we started that it's been said that it's easy to have a good idea, but to actually do something is much harder. You had a good idea. The idea is that you find this produce and sell it to people who live very close.
Yep.
How does the company actually work?
The way it works is it's an online platform for local food, and what we do is we pre-sell food to people based on what we know is available. You can order your food into your box, and we then take the money first so that we've got a cash flow. We then collect the food on the day that we are going to pack it and then deliver it on the same day.
And you pay the growers for it?
And then we pay the growers for it.
So you had this great idea. It sounds like a good idea, but you've turned it, you actually did something. You turned it into a business.
Yeah.
And are you now franchising this idea?
Yeah, we're basically replicating the idea into different territories based on where the interest is. So it's basically a technology platform. It's a trading platform using the internet. And it's a full model that anyone can pretty much pick up and operate in any town or city.
So you just launched this in California.
Yeah.
So you went there, you advertised it, found someone who was interested. How did that work?
Well, over there we were working with an organisation called the Food Commons, and they are an organisation that are dedicated to rebuilding local food systems in the US. And we've been working with them for a couple of years on helping to develop an ownership and governance model. And they were given support by Wendy Schmidt, the wife of Eric Schmidt, the Google chairman.
Yep.
And so we were able to start the program there in Fresno.
So again, your idea, you were in charge of the idea. Is this for you an ideology or a business?
It's both. It's both. And what it is, really, it's about responding to the market. You know, the market demands are shifting, and the last 5 years there's been a lot of change in what people find important in terms of when they make their purchases, especially food purchases. So really, we're just responding to market demand. And, you know, also personally and for the team, it is an ideology. It is about seeing a better way that we can do our food. You know, in terms of fairness for the growers, in terms of freshness, in terms of flavour, you know, there's a real gap that's opened up over the last generation with regard to the food that we eat and the quality of the food that we eat.
All right, coming back to ideology stroke business, right at the beginning of this, when you realised there was a way you could, and I'm using the word franchise because it is basically franchise this, did you think, I'm going to become fabulously rich doing this?
No, I didn't. At the time that I started this, I was doing quite well financially based on the previous business I had, which was food importing. We were importing food from...
Which is almost the opposite to what you're doing in this business.
The antithesis of what we were doing. It's absolutely. And, you know, it was fun and exciting, but the rich element of it wasn't what really... drove
so
me.
Finally, are you going to become rich doing this?
Not rich. I'm going to become
just
well
say
off
yes.
enough. Well, I'm going to. I expect that all of us within our organisation are going to be paid well for our work.
Right.
All right. But that includes everybody, including the packers as well as ourselves.
Well, good for you, Pete, and I wish you all the very best. Pete Russell, Ooooby owner and director. It was Bill Gates who said that. He said at one point in his book, he said, I said to one of my advisors, do not bring me another person with a good idea. Bring me someone who does stuff.
That's right.
And Pete, you do stuff, so congratulations for that.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Paul.
Paulina?